Hi, Derek.
Right.
So, my question is I wasn't someone that learned how to express my emotions or talk about things until I got with my husband. We've been together now for 11 years. And his energy and vibes, he's just very like blunt and to the point. And to the point where when we first got together, I won't lie, it hurt my feelings a lot, but I would always sit and think. And so I came to realize in our communication style is very no beating around the bush. We talk about how we're feeling. We really address the stories that we're telling ourselves. This is what I'm hearing. Like, that is our communication style, and it works very well for us. But sometimes I don't know how to soften it for others when I'm talking to others in a way that they still understand what I'm getting at and the root. And I'm very empathetic. So I often go back to, I'm saying this with love, I'm asking this with love, but sometimes I feel like people aren't, what's the word I want to use? Sometimes they get that defensive wall up, right? Instead of really hearing the question and then sitting with it and feeling safe enough to really answer. And I don't even know, obviously it's a safety thing, but sometimes it's almost like they haven't even thought about it yet.
Yeah, I just want you to take a Post-it out right now and write the word soften on it. And I want you to just have that by your computer, by your phone when you talk to people. And you want to mirror people. So like if I'm talking at this pace right now and you're like, Derek, I have a question for you. I'm going to be like, whoa, right? So maybe you might also want to write down, match their style. You want to mirror the speed with which they're going. This is kind of NLP stuff, not my stuff, but I match people all the time. And I think you're wanting to hone in on your listening skills and hear what the person just said to you, and look down at your note that says soften, and literally make your words slower, because I really care about you. Like, you mean so much to me. It's like, what, instead of, wow, I really felt that. That's a really big deal, what you're sharing, right? There's a big difference between the using present tense talk, like what you're experiencing right now inside yourself, versus I really care about you. It's like, I care, I'm here, I want to know right now what you're experiencing. Ask people what they're experiencing right now with you. Ask people what they're feeling, and find that softness. Is finding that softness the answer to what you asked? Or is it, how the heck do I find the soft? Are you actually asking the next thing right now? How do I find the softness?
I think when I stop and I listen to you talk, I think it goes back to my question really being, how do we still get to the deeper root of the problem in a way that's compassionate and loving, and not in a way where people feel like they're being, picked on, or like you're being really hard on them.
Yeah, yeah. Like an overbearing, you're gonna fix it, instead of, you want to find out, you want to see how well you can find out what gives that person meaning, right? Is it their relationships? Is it safety and security? Is it, some of the other big ones? Is it their own passion and their meaning? Like, it's very different if you're talking to somebody who's going to spend $3,000 because they want the security of a good career, or they want meaning for what you're giving them, or do they want to buy your course because they want to help their family, right? So if you learn about what's important to them, their family, or their bank account. And it's usually not just the bank account. If someone's bank account's important to them, it's because of what they want to do with that money. It's, you know, security they've been looking for their whole lives, right? Or it's they want to support their family and put their kids through private school. You learn a couple things like that by just asking, so, you know, so what's going on in your life right now? I know we're on a business call. So what's going on? Is everybody okay? Is your family okay? And, you know, it's like, well, my wife had this and my wife had that, and my wife and my wife and my wife, and, or my husband and his back pain and this. Then, you know, she wants, or he wants, the family to be the most important thing. Okay.
Yeah, finding out why are people buying? You know, finding out, sell people what they want, give them what they need.
Yeah.
In the, you know, uncovering the problem section, it's really understanding their motivations. Why are they buying? So safety or family or meaning.
Well, and the interesting part is like, I don't find this as much on my sales calls or when I'm, you know, talking to a client about joining the program. I find this more so with clients actually in the program. And with ones that are open to really their growth and learning, you know, they receive the questions very well. But to some of them who are just not ready, I suppose, to look at that problem, when I'm trying to help them and I want to go there, it's like they put up that defensive wall. And then, and maybe this is my own feelings, but then I feel like for the next, you know, week until we connect again, they're just mad at me. They're just pissed off.
Okay, so one of my favorite articles I've ever written is called "Why Relationship Advice is Almost Always Awful." Okay, people are doing the best they can, and we all make crazy relationship mistakes and crazy relationship choices. And the simplification of people when they try to help is like 90% not valuable. So when you hear about someone's problem, whether it's business, money, or family, it's a really complicated problem because it's related to their entire approach to life. Okay? You're probably, so if you're in that 90% of advice giving and trying to solve the problem, like, you know, buy my program and you'll feel better. And, you know, it's so different from truly being empathic about how many marriages are awful, how many relationships don't work, how big of a pain in the butt kids really are. Okay. How difficult it is to succeed in business when you're just starting out. Right? And when someone's buying one of your courses to heal themselves, we all know they need to stick around for a year or two with you, even if you have a 90-day program, and make a large commitment to healing, because healing is very difficult. They want you inside of that world with them, just getting how much pain they're in. That's the world to enter. If you're not entering that world, you're outside of it, giving them advice, and their mind is like, but I've already done that. I've already done that. There's nothing, what are you telling me that's new? And you're blocked.
The empathy about how much pain they're in. That's a really great point.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.